to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. Today, I am welcoming back Miranda and Corey to the podcast. If you didn't get a chance to listen to their pre-trip report episode, they were heading down to Disney's Vero Beach Resort for one night, and it was going to be their very first visit to this DVC property. From there, they were heading over to Fort Lauderdale to board the Disney Dream for a 3-night cruise where they were part of a group of 28 people. They wrapped up their vacation by heading over to Caribbean Beach for one night to take advantage of their annual passes and to see Festival of the Arts. That should catch you all up to enjoy this trip report. As a note before we get started, I was still pretty froggy from my recent illness when I recorded the post-trip report episode with Miranda and Corey, but hopefully it's not too bad. Every day I'm feeling a little bit better. So if you've also had the mystery illness this season, you will know exactly what I mean. It just hangs on, and you think it will be a miracle if you ever feel 100% again. But I'm almost there, I'm happy to say. And with that, please welcome back Miranda and Corey, who you can find on all the socials as Bippity Boppity Benfields. Welcome back, Miranda and Corey.
Hello, good to see you again.
Hello.
Very good to see you. How was your very first adventure to Vero Beach?
Let me tell you, that may have been the highlight of the whole trip.
Really?
Remind me, have you been there?
I have not. I mean,
Okay.
I've watched plenty of YouTube videos about it, but never been myself.
It is precious. And we love Disney's Hilton Head Resort, and we've done a podcast with you about it.
Yeah.
So this was our 4th time to Disney's Hilton Head this past weekend, and it was fun to compare it. Disney's Vero Beach, much larger than Disney's Hilton Head, and it has a completely different vibe. So it is obviously on the beach. They had so many fun little activities, and some I just don't think I realized they had, like a really good pirate ship splash pad for the little ones. And so we had the little kids with us. So we played over there. They have a 9-hole putt-putt course, which was a lot of fun. We didn't get to do it, but we walked around it.
Okay.
Massive slide.
Yeah, massive slide. The
Really?
pool was honestly awesome. The beach was a great location. But I think I can also say one of our highlights of the resort, which is what Hilton Head is missing, but is missing for good reason. Their sit-down dining restaurant was amazing. It was so good. It was called Wind and Waves Grill. And we all did dinner there the night we got there together. And it was delicious. It was amazing. Cast members there, phenomenal. So I highly recommend Vero Beach if folks can get a reservation there. It is really hard to get a reservation there just because it is so popular. But we loved it there.
So for this reservation, when you say it's hard to get a reservation, you're talking about the stay itself, not necessarily the wind and wave.
Correct. Yeah. Like the actual hotel reservation at Vero Beach. I know we've checked several times, both cash and using DVC points, and it hooks up way in advance. During the summer, of course, it stays booked. We happened to grab a cash rate for the night of our stay, and I think the cash rate with tax and stuff so for the ocean view rooms or oceanfront rooms was around $380 a night. So it definitely is not cheap by any means.
No, but for an ocean view room, I mean, most ocean view rooms at any hotel you might stay at right on a beachfront are probably going to run you about that much.
Yeah, for sure. And we were on the 2nd floor, so we could see up over. They have the
because there's
dunes.
a dune. Yeah,
yeah. So I liked being on the 2nd floor because of that. 2nd floor looked literally right over the sand dunes. You could see the water. I'd really, really like to be down there when they have the sea turtle nesting season because they do so many activities with them.
I have heard so much about that, and I cannot recall when the nesting season is. Do you know?
I think it's like July-ish time.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, because when I've watched videos before, I think that's when they were doing the sea turtle nesting activities.
Mhm.
Um, nesting season. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I'm curious. Um, oh, it's all the way from March to October, so it's a
Oh,
lot.
okay. So
Yeah.
there's
So
lots of opportunities to get to
yeah,
see the sea turtles.
it says peak activities June and July. So,
Mhm.
um, they had a lot of resort activities, kind of like Hilton Head does.
Mhm.
Honestly, like the Disney resorts do. But I think it'd be really fun during turtle nesting season. So you could go out on the little guided turtle
Mm.
walks, and they give you like little vision goggles to see them and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
That's
Um,
really cool.
yeah. So as far as the rooms and stuff, they were honestly laid out like all the other current Disney deluxe rooms that have the pull
Mhm.
down Murphy bed. And I thought it was a spacious room. It was nice. They had really cute wall art and decorations. It
Mhm.
was Nemo on the pull down Murphy bed.
That's
And
cute.
it was very cute. And we had a connecting room with our friends. So it was
Mhm.
nice because the kids could just kind of run back and forth.
Mhm.
But yeah, we loved the resort.
You had 12 people at your dinner that first evening.
Yes.
So how was the wind and wave with handling a large group like that?
They were great. I went down there with another friend of ours who was with the party as well, a
Mhm.
dad, and we talked to the cast member there, which we gave a massive cast compliment
Mhm.
on Disney's app,
Mhm.
and she got with the manager, and they pulled it together to where we could all sit together,
Mhm.
but they had to the kitchen had to cook the kids foods first, and the kids food would come out first,
Mhm.
so our dishes wouldn't overrun them,
Hmm.
Right.
so they can get ahead of
Mhm.
everybody, because they were a packed restaurant, because there's limited seating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a nice sized restaurant, but like it's
Hmm.
still limited seating.
Mhm.
So they were very accommodating for that.
Mhm.
They were beyond our expectations.
They were very
Right.
patient
Yeah.
with all of us too. Lots of food allergies. We
Oh,
had poultry
yes.
nut, me with
Yeah.
gluten, and I mean,
Mhm.
oh, what did I get? I got some sort of fish on a bed of. Everybody else had gnocchi. I couldn't have that. I had
You had
risotto.
mashed potatoes.
Oh no, I had mashed potatoes. They were
Mhm.
magical. I don't know what was in them, but they were so good.
Magical mashed potatoes. I
Yes,
mean,
and
I'd argue that most mashed potatoes are pretty magical.
I'm not even a mashed potatoes person though. So they were
Uh-huh.
like perfectly creamy.
Uh-huh.
It was a very good dish. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds amazing. And you were only here for one night, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got down there first because Corey thinks everything's a race and wants to be the first everywhere. So
No, I just like getting to a place and experiencing as much as I can get out of it.
we
Uh-huh.
woke up at like 3:30 a.m. and left
Okay,
Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm just gonna say that is an hour and a half later than you told me you thought you might leave by. So you basically slept
Yeah,
in.
I know. I know. We had something the night before, didn't we? I feel
a
like
show, but you talked me out of it. So we agreed to a 3:30, which
oh
was
yeah.
a mutual agreement,
Okay.
and I was okay with.
Yeah, we went to go see Spam-A-Lot the night before. That's what it
Oh,
was.
fun. Okay.
Yes. So we saw it the night before, so we weren't going to get home until like 11 or 11:30, and I was like neither of us are going to be happy campers on 2 hours of sleep. So
Right.
we left at 3:30. We got down there at 1:30.
Mhm.
What I'll say is once you get to Vero Beach, there's nothing in Vero Beach. Like it
Okay.
is just some hotels. I didn't even really see restaurants. The closest restaurants are like
Mhm.
20 to 30 minutes away. So we got to Vero Beach and went literally straight to the quick service. I think our room was ready and I was like, that's great. I need food. So we went to their quick service. It was good. And so, yeah, I got there around 1, and then folks kind of started to trickle in after that. So
was your room ready?
it was, yes.
Okay.
So
Fantastic.
we got lucky. And I was surprised it was ready too, since we had asked for connecting rooms. I expected to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, but it was ready. So
okay. So after your wonderful stay at Vero Beach, you got up the next day to drive to Fort Lauderdale to get on the Disney Dream with 28 people in your group.
yes.
So that is an amazing feat that you got that many people to agree on a cruise and to agree on the dates and all that.
Yes.
This was a 3-night Bahama cruise. I don't even know where to start. So I'm just going to let you take it away. Like, what happened when you arrived at the ship, and tell me about your first day.
Yeah. So this trip was a whirlwind, and I feel like we were sprinting a marathon the whole time. 3-night cruises. I can't remember if I said this in the pre-trip, but I don't love 3-night cruises because you just feel so rushed.
Right.
But a lot of times it's just what works best with schedules and stuff.
You're not the first person who has said that to me. Yeah. I think in general, people prefer 4 nights or more.
Yep. So it's just rushed. And we had early port arrival time. So our port arrival time was 11:15. And part of the traveling with a large party is we had booked some folks later. Some folks were not as high of a castaway club as us. So their port arrival time was later. But we had children that were going with other parties. And then sweet Miss Gail, who is our bestie's neighbor, she's like, isn't she in her 80s? She's so cute. She was just like everybody's grandma. So she came. It was her first cruise. So trying to be like, okay, you need to stay with our friends, and then you're going to come in with them because our port arrival time's before you. Just trying to coordinate all of that was very interesting. But we made it. And honestly, the cast members, I think they were tired of us standing in the way with, our entire party. And they were like, y'all can just go ahead and go in. And we were like, okay. So we all just kind of went in. That's when, at that point, there were about 16 of us together. So not everybody yet, but we got in, went through security, all that stuff. Do you want to talk about the surprise for you and Dustin?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this was a secret that my friend Tara and I kept.
Okay.
First of all, she said that this was a whirlwind. I thought it was great because I'm on a Disney cruise, so I'm happy. So, but our surprise was we were in the terminal waiting on to get in, and I thought she was checking the reservations, what we're eating that night, and like changing up stuff. And she was looking at her phone, and then Dustin, dad, and I are like good friends, and we liked this person on our last cruise, so we were bummed that she wasn't on this cruise. It was a grandmother of another party that was coming on.
Yeah.
So she's in her 70s.
Yeah.
And she's the best, like literally the best, the funnest person that I know now. And we saw her and we're like, it's a surprise. This is great. We all jumped up and down. And we're like, you held this from us? Like this. We both were like kids in a candy shop. Like we're like,
oh my goodness,
jumping up and down. And
we were like, literally screaming, Tammy! Tammy's here!
Tammy said, I'm here. And we're like,
we managed to get her a matching t-shirt in time. We booked her literally 2 weeks before the cruise. So she had gone on the Utopia with us in July. So, this whole crew was cruising again together. So she got to come. So that was a fun surprise. We did matching shirts for everybody for the day we got on the ship. So all 28 of us. And so we got on the ship. This is where we had to divide and conquer. Tara and I had to set off and go try to figure out dining. Dining for us was down in Enchanted Garden on the second deck. I don't even know what y'all did while we did that.
Oh, I can tell you what we did.
Oh, no. We'll get to what Corey did. Anyways, Tara and I had to go to...
She has suddenly figured out what he's about to say.
I remember what he did. So Tara and I had to go to figure out dining. Because we had booked 2 folks last minute, we needed to make sure they were sat with our party for dining. Also, we had to figure out Palo. And so we had the 6 individual 2-person reservations that spanned everywhere from like 9:30 to 11:30.
Wow.
And I had called them and asked, very nicely, I'm like, I'm just wondering, like, is there any way that we could try to be sat like a little bit closer in time together or close to each other? Because those are technically normally like 4 tops actual tables.
Right.
So could we pair up some folks? And they told me, like, no, you'll have to wait until you get on the ship. Perfectly fine. This is like a huge ask. And I was like, okay, sounds great. We go down there and they have 2 folks working the Palo dining reservation list. And so we start talking to one fella and he's like, oh, we knew y'all were coming. This other lady will handle it. Okay, we get over there. She had an entire spreadsheet of all of us in our staterooms. She was like, oh, Miss Miranda, yes, you called. You would like to all sit together? And I was like, I mean, that'd be great, but I definitely understand if you can't do it. She was like, oh, no, we have you booked in the private dining room. What? So they literally had us sat at the captain's table in Palo.
Wow.
So we had like the entire back room. It was wild. And they were probably thankful they sat us back there because we were probably loud. Like just, 12 people getting together.
Right.
So they worked some magic there. She also checked on our other dining, make sure our folks were with us. And then while we were doing that, we sent the boys, so all the dads and all the children, we sent them all to try to figure out lunch because, as you know, you have your one sit-down dining option, which for this was Animator's Palette, and then the other option, of course, cabanas or food up by the pool. So we're going to try to do sit-down for all of us, which, once again, no, it's a big ask with all of us. So we sent the boys up there to try to go get a table for all of us. And I think up at lunch we had all 28 of us as well, which I just don't even know how we managed that. So while we were doing Palo and dining, would you like to tell Virginia and the podcast what you did?
Yes. So the first day of every cruise, we usually try to get a fun drink. I don't really drink much anymore. I do non-alcoholic stuff. So I was like, oh, this is great. We're on a Disney cruise vacation. So I went over to the bar and I was like, can I have an old fashioned? And they're like, sure. What liquor do you want in it? And I said, well, give me that whistle pick. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't realize what I did because I don't really know alcohol that much or how much it's expensive or whatever. So the bill came back and it said $69. And I said,
oh, for one drink.
Oh my God.
My first time or first day on this cruise, and I just am $69 in a hole.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I gotta pay it. He poured it. So
yeah, I literally showed up to lunch and he's like, Miranda, I've made a mistake. And I was like, oh, wait, what was it? We're on a Disney cruise. What can happen? I bought a $69 drink and I was like, great, you're cut off the rest of the trip, honey. So
you would think, I don't know, that a bartender might be like, are you aware of the price? Just want to make sure you're comfortable with that or something.
I thought he was too.
That's literally what he said. I was like, honey, you're on a Disney cruise. They think you're just like money everywhere.
Oh yeah. When in Rome.
Literally. So he had himself a nice drink.
It wasn't the best one.
Yeah. So after lunch, it literally was time to go to our staterooms. So we went to our staterooms and then started to make our way for muster drill and all of that stuff. we had 4 staterooms in a row, so we got the room attendant to open up all the balconies. So we literally had 4 balconies open together, which was a lot of fun. It our room did internally, our room did not connect to anybody, and I thought we were on a firewall, so I was afraid that our balcony would not open to our friends beside us, but it did. So we were able to do that. So did good old muster drill. We did the sail away party, which is always fun. And then from there, we honestly just kind of went back, unpacked, and got ready for dinner. We had early dining. We have never done early dining. We've always had late dining. And so when you do muster and sail away party at like 4:30, that 5:45 dining time comes very quickly.
But I imagine with the younger kids that were in your group, that's probably why that made the most sense to do.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I cannot imagine if we would have done late dining. That would have been a mess. But yeah, we did early dining. Our first dinner was at Animator's Palette. It was fine. It was good. I'll just talk about dining like all together at the end. I'll just like save that. Okay. But we had Animator's Palette that night. I love the theming of Animator's Palette, so to me it's always a fun one. This is just the one where they do like the basically turtle
the
talk
drawing
with brush.
Yeah.
Well, they don't do the drawing on this one since it's a 3 night. You only get that on the 7 night.
Oh,
yes. So tip, if you're passionate about the drawing situation, you only get it on a 7 night because you only get it on the 2nd night that you eat in there.
Okay.
So, also randomly, this is the day you got on the ship was the day they did the DVC thing, like the DVC celebration. So we had to run to it to go get our free drink. And then we went somewhere after that. Oh, I think we went to the kids club to check the kids in. So we did all of that. We did dinner. Then it was time for the show. The first show was the Golden Mickeys. Oh my goodness. That was incredible. It was so cute. And one of the girls that was with us, she works for Blumenthal Theater, which is our big theater system here in Charlotte area. And so
I have played at that theater before.
I love that. Yeah. So you know the caliber of the theater. Like we get all the Broadway show tours that come through. Like we get some good stuff. It's a great facility. So my friend's name's Emily. And even she, at the end of the cruise, was like, I cannot believe the stuff they could do on this ship. The fact that the ship, the stage is made for the shows, like the stuff they can do, we can't even do that at Blumenthal. So she was amazed with the quality. And I think really speaks to the quality of the shows. The 2-year-old that was with us loved Golden Mickey's. She was literally screaming from the back of the theater, "Hey, Moana! Hey, Belle!" Like screaming. So it was a crowd favorite for sure. I will say, I think the shows was probably one of the top things of this cruise. That night we had the 10:30 whiskey taste or old fashioned class. That I think in the pre-show I was like, oh, I ain't gonna go. One of the boys is gonna take my spot. I ended up going. Okay. So first we stopped by the Pink Champagne bar to just pop in there and show our friends it. The Pink Champagne bar was amazing on this ship. And then we made our way up to the old-fashioned class.
And Corey, were you prepared to drink more old fashions?
Yes, I was. And more expensive ones as well.
Yes.
But this was like almost like a prefix type thing where like you had paid a set price and you were getting whatever was on the menu for that. Okay.
It was actually worth the price tag.
100%.
The price tag wasn't like super expensive because we knew we were going to get the top shelf stuff.
It was $100 a person, which I found extremely reasonable.
Considering you had a $69 cocktail earlier, I'm going to say that's not bad.
Correct. So just to do, our friend Tolly, who was with us, he made notes for us.
Okay.
So just to go down the list for the liquor lovers on the podcast. First, we had a Johnny Walker Blue, like traditional old fashioned, just to set the stage. Then we had a Whistle Pig 15 year. So Corey had 12 earlier. This was 15. 15's better.
Okay.
This one had peach bitters and smoked sugar in it. It was very good. Then, did you know smoked fashion or old fashions have nothing to do with the whiskey? All it is a liquor, a sugar, and a bitter.
No.
Never knew that. I know.
I had no idea.
So we learned so much. So the third one was a rum from Guatemala called Zapata. And this one had chocolate bitters and port wine and black cherry juice, and then they served it with a chocolate truffle, a white chocolate truffle.
Okay.
The next one, they did Hennessy XO Cognac, and this one had maple syrup, coffee beans, and artichoke bitters.
Wait a second.
So
artichoke bitters?
Yes. So they made us sit there and guess. They were like, it's a vegetable. You're never going to get it. And we were like, don't know. Artichoke bitters, though.
Wow. Okay.
And then the last one, this was the really surprising one. I'm not a tequila person. I mean, I do love a margarita, but the idea of just drinking straight tequila makes me cringe. This one, it was Casamigas, but it was like the dark tequila.
Oh, like the special kind? Yeah.
And then it had orange bitters and agave syrup in it. And it was so good. It was very light. It was refreshing. It wasn't very sweet. I could do that again. So I love the different classes that they have on the Disney ships, because the guy that was leading it, these are all of his recipes. It's not like a Disney thing. These are his.
Oh, okay. So you're getting something unique to your particular sailing because he's the person who's on it.
Yes. And he was lovely. We had the best time with him.
They also have a Pappy Van Winkle on there.
Oh, they do. He said it was $1,700 for 2 ounces. So I guess that Corey could have bought that.
But then the most expensive drink that he poured on there was some kind of, I forget what kind of liquor it was, but it was $3,500 a pour.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was, though.
I cannot imagine liking it that much that I would even be willing to pay that, even if I were sitting here with, that much money just in my purse waiting to be spent.
You could have gone on a whole nother cruise for that.
I know. That's the thing. Ugh.
No, thank you. So yeah, that kind of wrapped up night 1. So we finished it literally like 11. And then we walked around the ship. I never really drink anymore, so I was afraid this was going to end very poorly. But I think because they were such high quality liquors and like what they were using, and they weren't using a bunch of the sweet mixers, we honestly all felt great the next morning. We went up to the pool deck, got a Diet Coke, and like just kind of powered through and walked around for a little bit and felt great. So that's really the end of night 1 then.
Okay. So Saturday, January 24th was your trip to Lookout Point at what's the whole name of it? It's kind of long.
Lookout Key at Lighthouse Point.
There we go. Okay.
World's longest name. Love you, Disney, but let's try something else next time. So the girls woke up. Something we started on the Utopia is we wake up and go for a morning walk just to like see the sunrise and get some steps in, see us pull into dock. Of course, we had to hit up the Cove Cafe because, there's not a morning without Cove Cafe coffee. So we did that. And then we went up to Cabanas. So we just we told everybody like, oh, we're going to head up to breakfast around this time. And so everybody got there pretty early. Cabanas was, I'd say, great per usual. No issues there. And then we got off on Lighthouse. And this is where there weren't really like problems, but we had a couple hiccups. So, as Corey and I have talked about, we have been to Lighthouse. We love Lighthouse. I think the beach is superior to Castaway. And I love all the culture stuff. And I think their food's good. I think Disney's done a really good job. We got off with my friends who I work with the wife. She's a pharmacist with me. Mm-hmm. And so we got off the ship with her and her husband and their son. And nobody had really communicated, like, we're all meeting at this time to get off the ship. Like, 28 people, that's a little hard to do. So we got off and got over to the island. Well, we were out on the island and I got a call from my friend Tara. So her son was booked in our room because of the promotion, the 50% off kids. Mm-hmm. You can only get it off 2 kids. So we booked their 3rd kid in our room. Well, what we thought had been handled and we thought we had done all the things of science, like we thought we were clear for the parents to take him off. No. Mm-hmm. So I had to go. Yeah. So they get to the front and they're like, oh, you can't take him off the ship. And they were like, he's our child. He has the same last name. Like he had his key to the world card and everything. And they're like, no, Miranda needs to go to guest services. And thank goodness there's one on that side of the island because I was about to hightail it back to the ship. Mm-hmm. So there's one on that side of the island and I had to go sign this form to let him off the ship with them, which we did not realize that this was going to be such a problem. And I mean, it was handled in like 15 minutes, but this is after it took them 15 minutes to get back down to the desk at guest services to ask what they need to do. And it delayed them getting out by like an hour. So feelings were high when folks got to the island because they were already tired and stressed, and poor Dustin, the husband, the 2-year-old, had fallen asleep. So, you have the half-mile walk of the pier and then the
with
tram
the
ride.
dead weight of a child.
Correct.
Right.
And so this cruise had a few hiccups and a couple things being like, there were no wagons when they got off the ship. There were no strollers. And those are things that are supposed to be like brought back to the ship as people take them, and they were not being brought back. So, I mean, I think even little things like that would have just helped a lot in the moment. But they got out to the island. We did lunch and all that stuff, played in the water. The beach was great per usual. Corey and I ended up doing the hike like up through the nature trail to the lighthouse. I marked it, what was it, like a mile round trip? I mean, it was like nothing. It was very short. They didn't have bikes available or anything yet, or a 5K marked, but I think that stuff's coming. But the walk was really nice. They had water on the way, and then when you get down, you can go out to the beach, and that's where you see all those cave pictures that people take, and you can swim around to the side and see the ship from that side.
It's not really a cave. I went out there and people's pictures make it look like a cave. It's kind of an indention in a rock.
Okay.
And it's made for like one person. Yeah. But then the coolest one is, that's cool to take pictures and all. But the coolest is if you walk around the rock, the big rock, you can see the waves crashing on the rock, get some good pictures. The water's only like waist steep. And the waves come up and they crash up almost to your chest. But then as you go over past the rock, you can see the ship in the distance. So that's the part where you can see the ship. You can see the cabanas on the other side. I think that was the best view once getting out there. Would I do it again? Probably not.
It was like a one and done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather sit at the chairs and at the beach and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I will say I don't think the snorkeling was as good this time. We didn't see as many fish, but it also was a lot colder because this was January compared to when we went before. It was July, so that likely had something to do with it.
But colder as in 85 degrees.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think the water was quite as warm is what I mean. Like, it was still felt good, but I definitely remember it being warmer when we were there before. But overall, I still love Lookout. We also went over to the kids' splash area, which, you know, we don't have kids yet. So I thought the splash pad was really cool and really cute. What I realized is the one little area that is for like the little kids, like the 2-year-old we were with, first of all, there's no shade to it, which...
Oh, that's a big negative.
Yes. And it's just these like little water wheel things. And like the 2-year-old we with is very advanced. So she was bored with that real quick and she wanted to go down a slide. None of this, like all the slides are too big for her. It's this like big climby thing. It is really cool. But even Corey went up there. You like went after, no, the kids were dumping water on you. That's what they were doing. But I mean, for the like 5 to 10-year-olds, it's great. 4 and under, probably not the best. And they didn't have any little slides for her. So she was pretty upset because she just wanted to go down a slide, understandably.
Yeah, of course.
So we kind of wrapped up there and then made our way back to the ship. We didn't really get to see any characters. We didn't really do any of the cultural stuff this time. Just because, truthfully, we kind of ran out of time and we were trying to play on the beach with the kiddos. So overall, fun day though. And then after that, of course, went back to Cove Cafe to get some more coffee. And then we got some ice cream. And then it was time to get ready for Pirate Night.
Okay.
A little public service announcement. The banana chocolate swirl is probably the best soft serve ice cream that I've ever had on a Disney ship. And I don't really get soft serve ice cream, but the banana chocolate swirl I thought was the greatest.
Okay.
But a lot of people, it does, like some people think, oh, banana ice cream, that's not gonna be good, but I thought it was great. So
I like banana ice cream, but I don't think I've ever had banana soft serve. Like I've always had like the hand.
The one on the Disney ship is a must.
Okay. The banana ice cream I'm thinking specifically about, of course, is the Chunky Monkey from Ben & Jerry's. It's so good.
Yes.
I love that.
Love it.
I personally was not a fan, but I don't like banana, so don't take my word for it. I ate a lot of ice cream. And if folks don't know, they do have gluten-free cones. So I got my fair share of gluten-free cones and ice cream.
Good. Very good to know.
So this night was Pirate Night. So we went up and saw Minnie Mouse in her pirate gear. And then we had dinner at... What was this one?
Enchanted Garden.
What was our last night? Royal Palace. So this was Royal Palace. Enchanted Garden was the last night because it was the one with the fountain. Okay. So we went to see Minnie Mouse in her pirate outfit. And then we had dinner at Royal Palace.
Okay. And that, I assume, has princesses involved.
No. You would
No?
I
it's
know,
got the
like,
word royal in it.
You really missed an opportunity.
Right.
And I will say, so, you know, you got really excited about the Animator's Palette one with, like, where you draw and stuff, which is really fun. But the older ships, a couple of them have gone to dry dock and started to work on their dining. So, like, when we went on the Magic, we had the interactive Tangled one. It was phenomenal. So the Wonder, I think, has Princess and the Frog. Corey's scrolling to my phone showing me there are pictures of princesses in the restaurant, but not like character meet and greets.
Right. That's what I was expecting, was characters that would take a photo.
Second night was actually Enchanted Garden. Third night was Royal Palace.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So then we did dinner and all of that. Like I said, I'll talk about dinner at the very end. And then we went up for pirate deck party.
Okay.
And then we went to the show. And for the show, this night was Beauty and the Beast. Amazing. Like, this Beauty and the Beast was not the animated cartoon Beauty and the Beast. Okay. This was Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, which I have seen and loved, plus Beauty and the Beast live action film, got married and had a baby, and it's on stage on the Disney ship. Okay. Phenomenal. It was the like cute little pretty porcelain Mrs. Pot, not like the big fluffy character thing.
It was the live action Mrs. Pot.
Yes. It was beautiful.
That's always a pet peeve of mine, is when Mrs. Potts is so large compared to the human actors. Like, this doesn't make sense.
No.
And this made so sense. This made a lot of sense.
Yes. Okay. It was just, everything was perfect. And it was really pretty. Just like everything was very ornate, and it was lovely. The cast in that, and all the shows really were phenomenal. So we did it. Kids were a big fan of it too, so they really enjoyed Beauty and the Beast. And then it was time to go up for the pirate fireworks show. So we watched it. I just don't think fireworks at sea ever get old. The fireworks show started at 10:15 or 10:30, so it was a late night. So that is hard for the little ones. Like Campbell, the 2-year-old, she crashed. She fell asleep. She came up for a little bit but fell asleep. But even like the 7-year-olds and stuff, they were in bed. After that, we went back to Cove Cafe. Corey got an espresso martini.
It's a must on a Disney cruise.
They make a really good espresso martini. And then after that, we went to bed. I think we were all exhausted from Lighthouse for the day.
Oh, yeah. Being out in the sun, that can be exhausting no matter what else you've done. And you got a lot done in that day.
Yes.
So that brings us to Sunday, January 25th. And this was a Nassau day, I wrote down.
Yes.
Okay, so you were planning on staying on the ship.
Yep. Okay. So we were going to stay on the ship this day. And this is the day that we all did Palo together. Okay. So girls got up, went for a walk again. Corey walked around and took a bunch of pictures of the ship. And our Palo reservation was at 9:30 a.m. for all 12 of us. And so we went up to Palo. We did not finish at Palo until after 12 o'clock. And it's just because, it's a really slow meal. Our waiter was precious.
It's a very European meal. So if you've ever been to Europe and been out with Europeans, or I used to live in Eastern Europe, so when we would go out to dinner, it'd be 3 to 4 hours long.
Wow.
And this was a very European style meal where the food was brought out in courses, but they allowed time for you to talk, to discuss, to hang out, to just enjoy each other's company. And they allowed the food that you just ate to kind of settle. So that's why it's actually engraven in them to give you that experience in Palo. So it's not like, I'm going to give you this course, and get you out of here to turn the table.
Yeah. And our waiter was he was lovely. And he basically said, like, I'm bringing you one of each of the flatbreads. He brought us one of each of a bunch of the antipastas. Have you ate there at Palo?
I have not been on a Disney cruise yet.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we got to get
because I have a husband who is not interested in cruising.
Well, he can go on a 3-night and get a taste, and then he can decide.
That's what I'm saying.
So Palo truly is an experience, and it's honestly a steal. It is $55 per person.
That is a steal.
All you can eat. So they start out with a complimentary drink, which turned into a second round of complimentary drinks because he was like, y'all are just the best. Like, y'all are having the best time. So they did another round of drinks for us, which was really kind. But they have the antipasti. They had a seafood one. So it had crab claws and shrimp and mussels and ahi tuna and stuff. So good. We ate more raw fish on this cruise than I'd ever planned to. And then the other one had like prosciutto and basically like a little charcuterie board. So you had both of those. So since there were 12 of us, they brought 6 of each thing.
Oh,
six of the seafood and 6 of the charcuterie board.
Wow.
Then, so you have in your menu, you have an egg section, a waffle section, you have soups, you have your pizza oven part, and then your entrees. So a bunch of us ordered either the omelets or they have, what's that called again?
Eggs Benedict.
Eggs Benedict, but they make it gluten-free.
Oh, okay.
So good. So I never get to eat Eggs Benedict anywhere because they don't have like gluten-free English muffins and stuff, but it was very good. So each person ordered some sort of egg round. And then they had the waffles, but the guy was like, you shouldn't order the waffles because you can eat that anywhere. And then I don't think anybody ordered a soup.
No.
And then they have 3 different flatbreads and a calzone. So he brought us all 3 flatbreads and the calzone and made me my own personal gluten-free pizza. And then each person got an entree. So I got the Parmesan crusted chicken breasts. And then they also make gluten-free lasagna. So I didn't even order that, but he was like, you got it, try it. So he brought that too.
Wow.
What'd you get?
I got the roasted red snapper fillet.
Oh, yeah. It was good too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So based on the style of dining this was and how you said it was European, and so you were having plenty of time to eat this, this is an amazing amount of food that you've told me that you were served. But were you able to sort of handle it because of how long the meal itself was?
Yes and no. We we were able to handle what we could there. We did take leftovers back to the room, and I just got to say Disney does it the best because we had one person in our party needed to go check on their child in the actually in the room because their child was sick. It's a whole nother story. And so she needed to go check on him, and so her food came out. Well, they didn't want her food to get cold, so they took her food back.
No, they put it to the middle of the table and said, y'all split this.
They put it to the middle of the table. We all split it, and they made her a brand new one, hot and ready for her when she came back. And they did it just because she was going to be gone to check on her child.
Yeah.
And it's just a Disney difference. So there was a lot of food, but we were able to like graze off of other people's, like kind of like family style. You like wanted to taste a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and just save room for your entree and eat your entree. So we were stuffed the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't really eat much at dinner.
Yeah. And then, we left out the dessert part. They had several different desserts. The one we got was almost like a custard, almost like what would be the inside of a creme brulee, but a little heavier. They said it was a very French dessert, but then it had fresh berries on top, and they torched the top to get a little crispy like creme brulee. It was delicious.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so I mean, we had a fantastic time, and I mean, honestly, $55 a person is a steal.
Right, yeah.
So then we went up, we changed, we all went up to the pool deck for a little bit. and honestly just kind of hung out by the pool together. We did aqueduct, which I love the aqueduct. It is so fun. I will say the wait said it was like 45 minutes, but we all kind of took turns going because of the kiddos.
Yeah.
And I mean, we only waited, I think, like 20 to 25 minutes,
It
maybe.
goes by fast.
Yeah, so it went by very fast. So we did that. We went to pop in and see some more characters. And then I ordered room service for the next morning so that we would have snacks as we left the ship, because we always do the express debarkation day. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. But one tip I did learn, you know what makes the best container for those little snacks that you get? So I always order like the gluten-free donuts and muffins and stuff for the next morning. The popcorn bucket. So we always take a popcorn bucket or buy a popcorn bucket for the shows. So I just put all my snacks in there, and that way I could carry them off.
Is it a special popcorn bucket that's just for the cruise line?
Well, we do have a Disney Cruise Line one. This one though, we got a villain Halloween
for
one.
Halloween on the high seas, it was all villains.
Okay.
It was
and so
cute.
I love villains. So I'm like, I need this popcorn bucket.
They had a bunch of the like Christmas mugs or like Christmas sippers and stuff too. You get some random stuff on there.
The one thing that I like to say about Disney with the room service is free.
Yeah.
And that's one good thing about Disney is like you can call and be like, hey, I like a pot of coffee, this amount of sugars. I like this charcuterie board that you can get, chicken tenders, chicken wings, pizza.
All hands on deck.
Hands on deck. So you can get anything for your room. So that's really great. Some of the people of our party didn't know that, and they were like surprised that, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome being able to call and order Mickey bars straight to your room.
Yes. all you could eat Mickey bars. So.
Yeah, so then that takes us to dinner at Royal Palace. There we go. So at Royal Palace, and we had dinner there. I'll go ahead and talk about dining now.
Okay.
This was not the most magical dining experience that we've had on Disney Cruise. At first, I attributed it to the fact that A, we have never ate with children on Disney Cruise, and B, we are a large party. So they had us divided into 2 tables of 8 with one waiter. So that'd be 16 folks. And then the other table of 12 with another waiter. We sat at the 2 tables of 8. And I'll say, I think our waiter was the better of the 2. The service on this ship was much slower than we've had previously. And I'm honestly not one to complain. And honestly, if it wouldn't have been for my friend pointing it out, I probably would have just ignored it and it wouldn't have been a big deal at all. But little things in comparison to previous cruises of if your ice melted in your Diet Coke, like they're bringing you a brand new Diet Coke. They're filling up your drinks constantly. The first night, I did not get my gluten-free bread. Like everybody else had bread service. I didn't get my gluten-free bread until after my dinner had come and gone. It was my dessert. And I'd asked for it a couple times. And then at that point, I was just like, I mean, I don't really need it now. But they brought it. So things were just very slow. And like I said, I didn't know if it was because we just weren't used to eating with kiddos or because it was early dining. We're used to doing late dining. There were a bunch of things that were, new to us. But I will say it was not the most magical dining experiences that we've had. And normally too, with me having a food allergy, I normally order all of my food for the next day. They didn't do that. The only time I ordered for the next day was they wanted me to order for a lookout, like on the island, which I still probably shouldn't have done because when I went over there to get my food, it took me over 30 minutes. and I forgot to take I took my phone, but nobody else had their phone. So I couldn't be like, I'm standing over here waiting on food because everybody else was eating. So I think things just weren't quite as seamless on this trip as far as the dining situation. Palo, 10 out of 10. Everything else, like maybe a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
The best thing I would say about the dining was they actually brought out 2 pureed like foods for the baby of our party.
Oh.
They're pure. They literally took chicken in the back and pureed chicken.
I'm gonna try to like
taste.
Can you see this?
And well, yeah, definitely not for us.
Yes.
And pureed fresh carrots.
Oh wow.
They did it fresh in the back because they went above and beyond for the baby. Definitely wasn't appealing to myself.
Yeah.
But the baby loved it.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And so, all in all, like Disney's not going to be perfect.
Right.
But we know that. But they do this. You could catch these magical moments periodically, even when you're not having the best service that Disney can give.
And part of that is because you have experienced that level of service on ships before and on land when you've been to the different resorts and whatnot. So it's like, what to compare it to. But I'm guessing that some people might go on a Disney cruise for the first time, only ever having cruised with other companies, and might not even notice based on what they've experienced before.
Yeah. And that was the thing. My 2 close friends that sailed with us that didn't necessarily know everybody else, we sat with them for nights 2 and 3 of dining. And they both said, they were like, this is amazing. Like, this is so great. And Corey and I were like, it is, but like, it could be better. Like, we're not trying to damper the moment by any means, but we
we definitely didn't tell them that. We didn't. Kind of wanted them to experience it, and they actually had a ball. They had the best cruise they want to go back on. So it made us feel like, okay, y'all are having a great time. This is what we wanted y'all to have.
Yeah. And I didn't say anything until after the cruise was over because I didn't want to like ruin the magic
in the moment. Right.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, this is great. But I just think this cruise struggled a little bit. But here nor there, we were on a cruise. We were happy. All is well. And then after that, it was time to go to the show. And so we went to the best show. Believe. The show's called Believe. We saw it on The Magic.
Yes. It is the best. It is the cutest. It is
tears. All the tears.
I literally had tears, and I don't really cry in shows, and I just imagined if I had a daughter that this would be it. Like it is by far the acting, the sets, the choreography, the singing, like everything was just like Disney. Perfect. Like it was great.
And they pull out some of the older IP that like some of the older members of the audience really appreciated.
Like they pull out Mary Poppins and they pull out Mary Poppins and Bert and
what's that wizard guy?
They pull out the Merlin. They pull out Merlin at the beginning of the show. So like he comes out because it's all about magic and just believing in the magic. And the whole story is just wholesome and really a good story that you just need to see for yourself because words can't really explain like the show. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, I like the Believe story better than the Golden Mickeys, but the Golden Mickeys in general is just phenomenal.
Okay.
So they're fun shows for sure. So we did the show, and then it was time for the last night. They always do like a character goodbye. Basically, they give you 20 minutes to run around to the different characters. They snap one photo per family, and you keep on moving. It's very quick, and it's a time to just catch any of the last characters that you maybe didn't get to see the rest of the cruise. It's really cute because all the kids come out in like their pajamas because it's late at night, and then as soon as they do that, they go to bed. It's at 10:15.
But then after you take the pictures with the characters, they then sing a song and say goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, not goodbye. See you real soon, as Mickey likes to say. So that is a good Disney touch to the end of your cruise, because it's like, yeah, this could be the end, but keeps you wanting more. So keeps you coming back.
Yeah. So then that was at 10:15, and this is why I don't like 3-night cruises. Match Your Mate was at 10:30. So literally we stood there and saved seats for the kiddos in the front, and then as soon as the kids got there, we turned around and ran to Match Your Mate because it fills up normally. And I think because it was on the last night, the room wasn't packed. And the Match Your Mate is basically the Newlywed Game, but Disney version, and it's adult only.
In the adult section.
It's in the adult section. It's a good time. So we went there, watched it. And then honestly, it was time to like finish packing up and go to bed. So we did, that was the end of night 3. And all that was left was walk off the next morning.
We usually do the express walk off. So the next morning we did the express walk off because we always go to Disney right afterwards. So myself liking to get there as soon as we can. I like the express walk off because that means like we can be the first ones off. So I told Miranda, I said, I'm waking up at 5:15. I'm getting out the door at 5:40, and I'm going down to be the first one down to get off. So I was.
Were you like with or without you, Miranda? I'm leaving the ship.
He left me. I was in the room.
I said, you can take a nap. You can sleep as long as you want. I'm going to take these bags down with me, and I'm going to save us a spot. And I was at the front of the line waiting for at least an hour and a half.
Yeah. So express walk off started. They said it'd start at 7:30 because the ship has to clear customs and all that before they can let you off. So for folks on the listeners who have not done a Disney cruise, if you want to do sit down dining the last morning, you can. Cabanas is also open too. So early dining has the early dining time. So the early dining time, I think, was at like 7:15 or 7:30. It was basically when express walk off was supposed to be starting. I think it was 7:15. Then late dining has a later dining that's like 8:30. It's still early, but I mean, it is basically like a nicer continental breakfast where they have things like pre-made and they're just kind of rolling you in and out. We like to get off the ship and just like keep our bags and not have to wait on our bags and all that stuff. So
then I have me a Joffrey's coffee waiting for me when I get to Disney World.
Yeah. So we were obviously in Fort Lauderdale. So we had about a 3.5 hour drive up to Disney World. So we got off, I think they started letting us off at like 7:20 or 7:25. They let us off a little early. I think I mentioned it on the pre-trip, but I can't remember. We had to embark in one terminal and disembark in another terminal. It went as smoothly as I think it could have possibly gone. Because you had to take your bags and we had to go find these shuttles. They did provide shuttles. There was just nobody out there telling us where to go. And we were literally the first ones off. So we kept asking people like, where do we go to find these shuttles? So found the shuttles. They put us on, they were going to put us on a big shuttle. And they were like, no, come get on this little shuttle. That way we don't have to wait on it to fill up as long. And then we'll just take you. So, I mean, we were in the car on the road by 8:00. So it was still early.
So 8:00, then a 3-ish hour drive heading to Caribbean Beach for one night. And you were hoping to get a refurbished room. So did you?
We did. We got one of the 5th Sleeper Little Mermaid rooms. They are so
nice.
cute. They are in the rooms we were in Trinidad. So it was very far away, like on the end closest to Pop Century and Art of Animation and all of that stuff. I'd say it was like a 10-minute walk to the food court area. The Skyliner, of course, was down, so we weren't really walking in there. I don't think we quite understood the instructions of the people at the front desk initially, because they were like, oh yeah, if you go to the Skyliner, they'll tell you where to go for the bus. And so we thought they meant like, oh, the Hollywood Studios and the Epcot bus will be over at the Skyliner because that's where you normally go to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. It wasn't. It came to all the different sections. So just a tip for folks in the future. If the Skyliner's down, just wait at your respective bus stop. They will come to you. You do not have to go anywhere.
Very good to know.
Yeah, so we went literally straight from there over to Epcot. We went and did the Disney on Broadway stuff, the Once Upon a Stage that they have. Did you see it last year when they did it?
I did not, I don't think, because even when I'm there for Festival of the Arts, usually I'm overlapping it by a day or two at the most before it closes. And I, to be honest, usually skip the performances because I live in New York City. So I prefer to like wander around the art when I go to that festival.
Well, no, did you see the thing that they did? What's that building? Connection?
Yeah, it's a pop-up.
Oh, are you talking about the walk through the costumes and stuff?
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay. So this year it was so much better. It was interactive. They had much more, like, they had all these different sound bites and what the view would look like from the side of the stage.
You see all the intricacies that go into a performance.
Yeah.
You see backstage, you see hair, makeup,
sound booth.
You see all these different things that they have set up for you. And then, of course, they have a bunch of the props from the different Disney shows and a bunch of the costumes from the different shows. It's just it was more interactive. They do have outside of it, now that Festival of the Arts is coming to an end, they do have the big Aladdin or the genie's lamp that was on top of the one in New York, where
like on top of the marquee.
On top of the marquee,
right?
So they do have that, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, but they had like the puppets from the Lion King, so you could press the buttons for the shadow puppets and all that. That was great. They added a lot this year, which I appreciated. Then we popped into Geo 82, got some cocktails there. I love their non-alcoholic mocktails though there, because they do the actual 0% spirits. That is one of my like hills to die on. I do not want a mocktail with Sprite and grenadine. I want 0% spirits. So they do a good one. Yeah. And then the bartender there was also amazing. He did.
If you get a reservation for Geo 82, I would recommend to the listeners out there to sit at the bar. The best seat in the house, other than the window looking out. As you sit at the bar, you can interact with the bartenders and the cast members there. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I had the brown butter old fashioned before. I loved it. I want to try something new. He's like, do you want to try something new on the menu, or do you want to try something new off the menu? I said, of course, off the menu. And I said, is off the menu going to be more expensive than on the menu?
Will it be $69 is what I want to know.
And he said, no, it would actually be the same price as the brown butter old fashioned, which I was like, okay, off the menu it is.
Okay.
So he was like, they all have their own special cocktail that they usually make and their own spin on the cocktails, because they say they're cocktail nerds.
They are.
And how they just love like making different things. And he made me one with Zacapa, which is a rum.
It was the rum we had. One of the rums we had during the old fashioned thing.
Okay.
And it was to die for. It was smooth. It was a little bit smoky, not too much. He had dark chocolate in there. It was very not as rich, but you got that chocolatey flavor. You got there's like a hint of Mexican spice from the Mexican chocolate that he used. So there's a hint of spice. It was just all around a good cocktail that he concocted up for us.
And it was literally like $23, I think. It wasn't bad.
And they will do that for you. And if you sit down and you're like, I'm feeling fun today, or I'm feeling whatever, they'll be like, okay, would you like this? They'll concoct something up for you, which is really cool. The the Disney difference, they'll go above and beyond.
Which is different than Beacon Barrel, because Beacon Barrel is just like their pre-mixed drinks.
Which we love Beacon Barrel.
Yeah, but this is truly like a cocktail bar. So we did that. We actually met up with some friends in Epcot. A couple and their kids from our community group here in Charlotte were there, so we saw them. We did pop in to see one of the performances because Alan, what's his name? Adam Jacobson, the real Aladdin.
Okay.
From Broadway. He was singing. So we went to see him. I could literally go see them every night. Like, I just love all of them.
Who was performing with him?
One of the girls who played Jasmine, not the original Jasmine.
Yeah.
But she's the Jasmine that...
She was the Jasmine that was on next.
Next after the original one.
Yeah. I don't remember her name.
Okay.
I'm a big Josh Strickland fan, so when Josh Strickland's there, that's when I die. The original Tarzan. He's my favorite.
Yep.
But yeah, it was good. We didn't do like dining plan to get good seats. We just rolled up. And then we walked over to Hollywood Studios. This is when I texted you because we went to Hollywood Brown Derby. Thank you for introducing us. I will be forever indebted to you for introducing me to the Cobb salad. So we did that. And then, on the way to Hollywood Studios, like to have froze and did not bring a sweatshirt. So conveniently had to buy a sweatshirt.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I mean, let's face it. It's not too bad to come home with a new Disney sweatshirt as a souvenir. But at that point, we were really cold and I was just ready to get back to the room, honestly. So we did something for the first time ever. We rented a minivan.
Did you? Okay. But you have done like an Uber or a Lyft situation before, just not a minivan?
Yes.
Okay.
We've done Ubers and Lyfts.
Okay.
From the park. But yeah, so first time doing a minivan. And honestly, it's just because we were cold and tired and ready to get back. But it was honestly the sweetest surprise. We got the best fella, and he used to be a firefighter.
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
He asked me what I did, and I said, well, I'm a fireman. He said, no way. I'm a retired fireman. And we moved down to Disney because this is my dream to work for Disney. And I said, no way. That's my dream to work for Disney after I retire. And so we had a really great conversation with him. He was the sweetest guy ever. He went above and beyond and literally did anything that we needed during that short time of the ride. Of course, got a cast compliment from us. It was great.
So they picked you up at Hollywood Studios. I cannot remember where they pick up there. Is it really close to the front, or is it back where the normal lifts pick up?
It's actually right before the stop is right before the buses. So
got it.
As you get to the line or the lines of the buses, it's like the first one.
It's literally as close as you can get.
Okay, yeah, because the normal lifts you have to walk as far as you can get in the bus area.
This one is very convenient, very like close to the front. We only waited maybe like 5 to 8 minutes because of like traffic and because the Skyliner was down, the traffic was a little bit backed up with the buses and stuff.
Okay.
But it's so nice because they literally drop you right off at your building at Caribbean Beach, which, you know, for a place like Caribbean Beach is really nice when it's that large.
Sure. Yeah.
They knew exactly where you needed to go.
That there's a time and a place for a minivan, and I will say that like you do it through the Lyft app. It is significantly more expensive than a regular Lyft because I think it's usually around like $40 or something, and a regular Lyft you might be able to get for like $10 to $15. But there are times when it makes sense to do it.
Oh, for sure. And I think, yes, I agree. There is a time and a place for minivan. I do recommend it to my clients when they have like little kids and they're in a rush to get back to the hotel, or maybe they're in a rush to get to a dining reservation, particularly if you're thinking about going from, let's just say, Art of Animation to Contemporary Resort. You don't want to take the bus to Magic Kingdom and then walk over there.
No.
And they have the car seat. So that really is clutch.
If you need the car seat, and I will say the one park that I'm kind of like, okay, it really makes sense to go to a park is Magic Kingdom because it will get you much closer than any other Lyft service will. And then it's kind of like hit and miss at each park where it picks up if you're taking it from a park. But I always say it's worth it for Magic Kingdom if you were going to get a car anyway. And then certainly if you need car seats. And then sometimes, you know, you're just in a hurry and it's worth it. You know, you just got to weigh the pros and cons. I know some people get it every time.
Oh, yeah. Some people just budget for it because they don't want to mess with the bus.
Right.
I think for our ride this night, it was like $33, and a normal Lyft would have been like $10. So it was right at 3 times. But I mean, I'll pay $33 to ride in a polka dotted Suburban. It was fine.
Of course you will.
So, but I mean, that really brings us to the end of our trip. We woke up early the next morning. We left at like 6 a.m. and got on the road and got out of there.
Now, my follow-up question, as always, when are you heading back?
Well, we are heading back in May.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, of this year. We are going to Disney. Let me get this right. For like 4 nights.
No.
Okay.
We're going to Disney for 6 nights, the 22nd through the 28th.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be there for Memorial Day.
Yes. Which is over our anniversary, so that's great. And then we're going to be embarking on the Disney Destiny for 4 nights.
Okay.
Our first time on a Destiny. And that will conclude our May trip.
And then we'll be back in July for the bougiest trip we've ever done.
Really?
We stayed at Boardwalk Club level, which I think we talked about one time, and loved it, but it was only one night. This time we're going to be celebrating the 250th birthday of America at Beach Club level with a bunch of friends.
Wow. So I have to ask, what are your July dates?
Literally the 3rd through the 6th, like Friday to Monday.
Okay. All right.
Are you
because
gonna be there?
I'm going to be there, but I will be over at Universal, I think the 4th through the 6th, and then we move over to Disney for a week. So we may not see each other, but who knows? Maybe you'll add a day or two on. I don't know.
It wouldn't surprise me. My birthday's the next week, so I mean, it's fine. We'll have to talk Universal before you go too, because I want to hear like what you think before and then after going, because you're doing Epic, right?
Yeah, so we've been to Universal before, but not since Epic. And I think it has been probably pre-pandemic since Alex has gone, which is why, like, normally we do a week at Disney for President's Week, which is next week, and we are not doing it because he wanted to add on Universal, and he only gets a week off of school for President's Week, and I was not willing to reduce my Disney days to add on to Universal. I need a time when we can just add on, and so that is what we're doing. So I'm really, really excited about that. We're doing, I think, 3 park days and 2 nights.
Where are you staying?
The Hard Rock.
Okay, nice. So you'll get it Premier or Express passes since it's a Premier resort and all that.
Right. And my only, really trying to weigh whether it will be worth it or not is, do we pay for the Express pass for our Epic day? Alex is surprisingly not as interested in Epic. He is more into wanting to go to the original parks, because he, like, the last time he was there, I don't think Velocicoaster was even open. And so he hasn't done that. I have, and I've been like, oh my God, it's such an amazing coaster. And he's so excited to do that. And he like wants to go to Epic, but he's more excited to go see the other stuff again. But you know me, I don't like to wait in lines. And so if I can wrap my head around the price of what's already going to be a very expensive trip, I might get us the Express pass. But he's going to be 16 by the time we go. And so I will be doing, finally, if I can get signed up for it, the Keys to the Kingdom tour. So
nice.
That's like multiple things that are going to be like, like tack on another $600 or $700 for a family of 3. So we'll see. But
the one thing I will say about Express Pass at Epic, so for Epic to operate well, it needs to be good weather.
Okay.
And this is the one thing I say about Express Pass being nice is if you have bad weather, at least you have an option to be able to be like, all right, it's fine. We're missing out on 3 hours during this downpour. So then we can go back and try to ride, because all the roller coasters shut down. Like everything's outdoors. So everything shuts down.
Yeah.
When I went to Epic, it was before it was even fully open. Like it was still soft opening, not anywhere close to full capacity. And we literally only got to ride 3 rides and see 1 show because the lines were so long for the things because the roller coasters were down.
Yeah.
I think that was frustrating.
My hope, and maybe I'm just being delusional, but my hope is that, I've got plenty of time to make the decision on whether we do that or not. But perhaps by the time we go, since it's still months away, they will roll it into the other Express access. I doubt that will happen, but I'm holding out hope. It would be nice.
We keep asking the folks who like work with the travel agents and stuff. We keep asking, please add it. Please add it. Because even Helios, the hotel right there, it's not even included. Well, no Express passes are included for those folks at all. Even though it's a premier resort, no Express passes. So
yeah, which is why I selected Hard Rock, because Alex is so interested in going back to all the stuff that he loves, and then the things he hasn't gotten to do yet, like Velocicoaster. I was like, we need it for that purpose. And I've stayed at Hard Rock, but the 2 of them haven't. And I was like, they'll like being able to like walk out the door and walk into the park. So, so that's what we're doing. So we're doing a pretty bougie trip this summer too. But I don't know, maybe we'll overlap. We'll see.
Yeah.
If we do, I would love to see you guys.
I know. Another dinner at Hollywood Brown Derby.
I know. And then you could actually meet Alex in person. And you could see exactly how tall he is. He towers over me.
Well, we always say, we're like, we love the podcast with Alex. They're so fun.
Oh,
I love when he's on.
He's the best. He's the best sidekick. And I really would love to try to find a time this spring where he and I can just bop down for a day or 2. Just because he hasn't been there since Labor Day weekend, and I'm like, we got our annual passes, and I mean, we're gonna get our minis with out of it just because of our summer trip and everything, and how many times we've already used it. But you know how it is when you have an annual pass. You're like,
may as well go.
Right. So crossing my fingers, we'll have some good flights or something pop up that'll make it possible before July. Otherwise, we'll be there in July and just really doing it up. All right. I have so much fun talking to the two of you. Love you guys so much. And I hope that you will continue to come back and visit me on the show.
Oh, always. We love you too.
Aw, I'll give you a little heart symbol here. You're the best. Hearts. All right. Have a magical rest of your week.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much to Miranda and Corey, especially since we did have to reschedule our interview as I had absolutely no voice on the day that we were originally scheduled to chat. Don't forget, if you are looking for a travel agent to help you plan your own Disney, Universal, Disney Cruise Line, or any other luxury location around the world, you can find Miranda's information in the show notes. Reach out to her and she will help you plan the perfect trip for you and your travel party. And with that, I will say goodbye, and I hope you will all join me again next week. Until then, keep daydreaming about where you long to be.